Week 5 of the NFL season is in the books, and we had one crazy-ass week of football. So many upsets, so much drama, but the most important storyline to come out of Week 5 is your boy finally had a profitable week. After 4 weeks of torture, Week 5 was finally our week. We cashed, we were up big, and it's so amazing, man. Y'all don't understand. This shit means something to me, man. This shit means something to me. I'm on the verge of tears. So much pain. And we fucking did it, baby. We fucking did it. Let's go over my official record. I went 5-1 on the week. Beast mode. Oh, we're up 3.55 units for the week. My wins were Texans, Panthers, Saints, Broncos, Patriots. My only loss was the bitch-ass Chargers. It would have been real nice if they covered the spread for me. But it is what it is. You know, I went 5-1. That's by far the best I did in the NFL this year. Unfortunately, we're still down on the overall record. We're 15-19-1, down 5.56 units. But shit, we're back, baby. What did I say? October is going to be our month in the NFL, and we're going to start cooking again. I'm telling y'all. Let's recap all the games. We're starting things off with Thursday Night Football, the 49ers versus the Rams. Holy fucking shit. Now look, I'm pissed about this game. I didn't bet on it, but I had Rams as my survivor pick. It lost, obviously. But this was one of those weeks where I think a lot of people's survivor picks were down, right? Cardinals, Bills, there was a lot of teams that went down, Eagles. But look, what my biggest disappointment is in this game is Kyren Williams, man. Kyren Williams. This man, Kyren Williams, has to go to the ECPK School of Running. They are at the goal line. Let's skip ahead. I'm not going to even talk about what happened in the beginning of the game. Let's skip ahead. Rams have a chance to score a touchdown, pretty much ice the game. I mean, with the way Mac Jones was playing, maybe it wouldn't have been over. But you have to assume a touchdown from the Rams that late in the game, Niners were not going to come back. And Kyren Williams fumbles at the goal line. What is going on this year? Why is everybody fumbling at the goal line? And Kyren's nice. Kyren Williams is nice. Yeah, he fumbles at the goal line, and then in overtime, Niners kick a field goal. Rams are going down the field. They decide to go for it on 4th instead of kicking the field goal. And Kyren, again, gets stuffed. They lose the game. Absolutely embarrassing performance from the Rams. They were playing the Niners ICU team. This was the Niners ICU team. And the Niners flat out outplayed them. It wasn't even like, oh, Niners stayed in this game, came back. No. Niners were up in this game. Niners were up big in this game. Rams were the one that were playing from behind and had to storm back. Rams suck balls. This team, I don't know what it was, right? They're playing at home, which is not really a home game. The Niners fan just completely took over the Rams stadium. It was basically an away game at home. But they just look so poor out there, especially the defense. Mac Jones, Mac Daddy, was carving up this Rams defense. I mean, easily. Mac Jones is a baller. Once upon a time, there were a lot of storylines coming out about how Shanahan actually wanted Jones instead of Lance in 2021. And it goes to show, man, Mac Jones would have been an absolute superstar if he'd been with the Niners all this time. But it is what it is. Do the Niners have a quarterback controversy? I don't know. Who you starting, Purdy or Jones? Because Purdy, when he played, hasn't looked great, and Mac Jones has looked unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Niners with this win sit on top of their division, pretty much all alone, unscathed at this point. I don't know how long it's going to last. It's not sustainable. These type of games are not sustainable. Their whole team is banged up. They're injured. I don't know if Niners can continue to win this game, but division game, Thursday Night Football, huge win for the Niners. Huge win for the Niners. And what's funny is I would have crashed out harder had it not been a big upset week. If it wasn't a big upset week, I would have been sitting here bitching about how bad the Rams are and bitching about how I'm out in Survivor. I thought I could actually win this year, and the fucking Rams, as 7.5-point favorites, playing the ICU Niners, fucking lost. Just my luck. But whatever, a lot of teams lost this week, so it is what it is. Next game, we go to the London game. Vikings versus Brown. A cute little game here. This was actually pretty interesting. Back and forth, and the Vikings actually needed a late touchdown, like very late touchdown from Addison, who apparently got in trouble because he went sightseeing in London, whatever, to ice off the game, cover the spread as well. Good defensive matchup, even though the over hit, which is insane. It was, 38 points, and the over-under was 35.5. You know, I should have fucking knew it, too. I was, looking, I'm like, I should take the fucking over. But whatever. Good performance from the Browns. I was not overly impressed by Dylan Gabriel, but I wasn't disappointed, if that makes sense. Because, he didn't play great or lights out, but not on the road, but international game against a very good Vikings defense, they played well. They played pretty well. I got to give credit to the Browns. Now, they actually just traded Sleepy Joe Flacco. This is like breaking news. Like, I just learned about this like an hour ago. So now it's pretty much Dylan Gabriel or Shador. You guys know Operation Fade Shador. If Shador starts for the Browns, I am fading the fuck out of the Browns. It's going to be so easy. So I'm rocking with Gabriel. I kind of want Gabriel to have some success in Cleveland because Shador sucks. I hate Shador. Vikings, good win after a tough loss the week before. The international Vikings, they've been playing 2 international games back-to-back. Pretty sure they have a bye week after this week. So a good little reset. Going to get the team healthy again. Because this team, they won by 4 points, but it's like, this is the ICU Vikings as well. Offensive line is completely banged up. Everybody's hurt. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy. Defense has a few holes in it. But they came out on top against a tough, gritty Browns team. Good win, international game. Next game, we have the Broncos versus the Eagles. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Where are all Eagles fans at? A.J. Brown hates the Eagles so badly, the man was playing defense on that final play. Devonta Smith had it in his hands. And A.J. Smith was playing defense. A.J. Brown was playing defense. Absolutely beautiful performance from the Broncos. Obviously, as you know, I bet on the Broncos. I'm sitting there. Not watching this game. I was watching another shit show, which we're going to talk about and crash out about. But, whatever. Broncos are down bad. Broncos are down so fucking bad. It was, 17-3? I think that was the score. And all of a sudden, in the fourth quarter, the Broncos just turned the fuck up. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They turned the fuck up. Just score after score. Every possession they had it from, the fourth quarter on, they scored. And boom! Next thing you know, they're up! I'm sitting there like, holy shit. They're up. I'm not even looking at the score anymore in this game because I'm like, fuck it, it's over, right? And then I check again, 30 minutes to an hour later, and the Broncos are up. They're about to win the game. And I look at the final play. I watch the final Eagles drive, which was a shit show. And boom. Man, oh man. I love to see it! Eagles finally lost. Finally, those motherfuckers lost. It was so bad. This team is so fucking overrated. I'm so sick of this bullshit. They are the most overrated 4-0 team, now 4-1 team of all time. I mean, not of all time, but they're up there. This team, offense, sucks. Their offense sucks. They have a good D, but the offense lags and stalls out. They either start very hot and completely fall off, or they start poorly and turn up when it late in the game. They can't keep doing this. It's not sustainable. You saw the Eagles allowed the Broncos to hang in. They allowed the Broncos to hang in. It was 17-3 for a while. Eagles could have pulled away a long time ago. And I don't want to hear nothing about the refs, by the way. I know there were questionable calls in favor of the Broncos. Don't be sitting here bitching about the refs, Eagles fans. Don't be bitching about the refs, Eagles fans. Y'all know these Eagles have been getting such lucky calls, and the refs have been sucking the Eagles' dick all season long. Finally, some fucking restitution, baby. Man! Broncos, baby! Let's go! Now, I'm rooting for the Broncos to lose next week, but we'll get there when we get there. What matters is the Eagles lost! The bad guys lost! Finally! I love to see it, baby. Broncos cash for me, and I don't have to admit that the Eagles are good because they're not. Trash-ass Eagles. Next game. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Jets. I'm sick of it! I'm so sick of it! Listen. The New York Jets are an absolute embarrassment. I mean, it is insane how disgustingly bad this Jets team is. They have no passion. They have no drive. They have no discipline. This team is flat out trash. They do not want to win. Aaron Glenn said in his press conference, God knows when, this is not the same old Jets. He's right. They're worse. This team is worse. Absolutely disgusting performance from the New York Jets. This score does not tell you shit, by the way. Don't let this fucking score make you think that the Jets were actually competitive, because most of you probably did not watch this game, and I'll tell you firsthand, this was not a good game. What I will say is that the Jets are garbage time merchants. They were last year. They run up the, the stat sheet late in the game to make it seem as if they were competitive, but when in reality they get the shit kicked out of them, and when the team stops trying late in the game because it's fucking over, that's when the Jets start playing. This team is disgustingly bad. Listen to me. We are the only team with a 0 on the board. There are no undefeated teams, and there are no winless teams, meaning every team has won a game and lost a game. We are the only fucking team to have a 0 on the board. We are 0-5 in sole possession of the first overall pick, and it's October fucking 7th. It's October 7th. I don't want to be thinking about the draft in October. I'm sick of the bullshit. Let me think about the draft in fucking December. At least give me this illusion that we're somewhat competitive. We suck! We fucking suck! And now, worst of all, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? All those hyped up quarterback prospects have fallen off. Arch sucks, right? Nussmeier sucks. Who are we going to pick? Who are we going to pick? Fucking Indiana quarterback? Maybe. Lenora Sellers? I mean, shit, I hope so. I hate this fucking Jets team. I fucking hate them. They make me sick! And the worst part about this is they were favorites in this game. The spread was a trap spread. They were favorites in this game. And now we fucking the only team that are winless. We have done nothing this season. We are an absolute embarrassment. This Jets team is fucking god-awful. I hate myself for watching them. It's torture. There should be a social experiment where psychologists and doctors and all this bullshit, they track the emotional stability of Jets fans throughout a game. It's incredible. At 1 p.m., I'm filled with nothing but hope. I'm excited. Yes, Jets are playing. We might win a game. Oh my God, the Jets might win a game. An hour later, I'm filled with anger and frustration, thinking to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I watching this? Why do I give myself this idea that the Jets are going to win? And by 4 o'clock, it's full-blown sadness and depression, questioning my decisions in life, wondering, how did it get to this point? How did it get to this point? Great win from the Cowboys. The Alice Cowboys are now back to the Dallas Cowboys. The D showed up in this game. But then again, do I really give the Cowboys credit playing against the worst team in the NFL, the most undisciplined team in the NFL? They have a consistent fumbling issue. It's a huge problem. Penalties are a constant issue. There's no defense on this team. Ever since we fired Saleh, the defense has fallen off a cliff. Aaron Glenn, man, you're a defensive fucking minded head coach. And Steve Wilkes, by the way, you're a bitch ass motherfucker. I'm coming for your fucking head, asshole. You better get fired, you fucking piece of shit. I was warned by a few people about Steve Wilkes beforehand, right? Niners fans were saying how shit of a DC he is. Obviously, former head coach, I think, for the Cardinals and the Panthers, and not great, achievements there. He did pretty much nothing in everywhere he's been. God-awful performance from the defense is a reflection of how bad Steve Wilkes is as a DC. And Aaron Glenn as well. Aaron Glenn, you can have your cute little dance on the sideline, but we're 0-5. This team is disgustingly bad. Justin Fields cannot throw a ball. I'm done. I'm sorry. You guys don't want to hear about this. You want to hear me talk about all the other games too. Jets suck balls. Good win for the Cowboys. I got to give you guys credit. Next game, we have the Giants versus the Saints. Saints, baby! Saints! Money line! Who else giving out Saints money line, huh? Everyone's like, oh, the Giants are so good. Darth Vader, Cam Scattaboo. Oh, whoa. The Saints haven't won a game in God knows how long. What matters is the spread. And the spread said the Saints were going to win. And that's why I took the Saints, because I knew they were going to win. Now, this game started out a little bit shaky. I'm not going to front. The Giants were up. They weren't up big, but they were up. And then the Saints just stormed back, completely controlled that game from, the second half onwards. Rattler looked like a beast. Spencer the Rattler, albino Rattler. I don't know if he actually is albino. I'm assuming he is, but whatever. Great win for the Saints. Great win for your boy. I love wins like this. This is sharp. This is what I call sharp. I'm sharp as a knife when it comes to a game like this, because it's clear as day that, the spread is in favor of the Saints. They want you to take the Giants. Giants are coming off a huge upset win. Darth Vader looked great, right? Fucking Scatterboo was a beast. But I knew the Saints at home were going to win. Finally, the Saints won a game. The first time Rattler has won as a starter since like November of 2023, which is crazy. Crazy how fast time flies, man, doesn't it? Whatever, we're not getting nostalgic now. Saints, great win. Great win for your boy. Now you're back on track. Maybe you'll win a few games this year. Giants, I still think they're decent, but people just jumped the gun on them because of one big win. They're going to be a solid squad, nothing crazy. If they win 4 to 5 games, it'll be an accomplishment. Let's not forget, their schedule is very, very difficult, so it is what it is. Next game, we have the Raiders versus the Colts, and I was thinking about the Raiders, and I'm so happy I didn't take the Raiders. Man, Colts in a belt-to-ass situation here. Colts absolutely obliterated Vegas. I mean, Raiders just look awful. Geno Smith, I like Geno, and obviously I have a soft spot for all the former Jets quarterbacks, right? Like Darnold as well. We'll talk about Darnold in a minute, who's balling. And I do like Geno. I like what he's done with the Seahawks and now with the Raiders. But this man is brain dead. There's no other way to say it. I don't think Geno knows what team he plays for. Either that or he's blind. He's blind. Because at this point, Helen Keller would be making better reads than Geno has. He's throwing the ball to the other team. I don't know what he's doing. He looks awful. Awful. I don't know who the backup is for the Vegas Raiders, but maybe it's time to make a trade for Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston because Geno looks horrific. Horrific. As for the Colts, this team is legit. I'm going to keep saying it. They have a monster offense. The D is good. Now, it looks like it's going to be a two-man race between them and the Jaguars for this division, but I still think they're miles ahead of the Jaguars. And I know the Jaguars had a pretty big win, which we'll discuss. I think this division is for the Colts taking for sure. Great win for the Colts. Belt-to-ass situation. Raiders, season's not over yet, but it's getting close. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Carolina Panthers. Oh shit, my bad. What a game this was. Another sharp-ass play for your boy. I had the Panthers money line. I knew the Panthers were going to do their thing in this game. And again, at first, similar to the Giants game, where Miami took a big lead at first. It was like 17-0, some shit like that. Dolphins were up pretty big, and the Panthers just stayed resilient. They stayed hard. They came back, won the game. Remember, in my prediction video, I said the Dolphins' run defense is awful, and Chuba Hubbard was going to ball out. Now, that was before I knew Chuba Hubbard was going to be out, right? If I knew, I wouldn't have said that, obviously. But it didn't matter because my analysis was still correct because Rico Dowdle, I think his name is, the backup, had an insane game. I mean, like, crazy game. He led the way for the Panthers offense. He destroyed that Miami D-line, Miami rush defense. And that's the reason the Panthers won. Panthers stayed consistent. They made sure that they didn't lose their heads after, falling behind. And they won the game, plain and simple. They had the best announcer in the game, Eric Collins, I think his name is. He's the announcer for the Charlotte Hornets, and he did this game. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. The man's electric. One of the best announcers in all 4 major North American sports. This guy should be on primetime for whatever sport he wants. Basketball, football, baseball, doesn't matter. Hockey as well. Unbelievable performance from the Panthers. I love to see it. I want to take the Panthers week in and week out, and I'm so happy when they cash for me because when they cash nicely. Panthers, they don't make shit easy. Either they get a game like this or they shut out the Falcons. They do shit like that. I like this Panthers team. They're hustlers, and I fuck with that hustler mentality. Good shit for the Panthers. Good cash for your boy. Next game. Texans versus Ravens. Belt-to-ass situation here. I had Texans here. Spread. Easy money. I mean, this was so easy money. Texans have a solid defense, but the offense outperformed everyone's expectations, right? Because Ravens obviously are banged up on both sides of the ball, but this Ravens defense sucks. It flat out sucks. Either the injuries are piling up or there's just no discipline on this team and John Harbaugh has lost the locker room. If they fire Harbaugh, I don't mind if the Jets scoop him up. But yeah, both sides of the ball for the Ravens were atrocious. Poor offense, piss poor defense. When you play a game like this, there's nothing less than that you should expect than a belt-to-ass situation. And that's what it was. Texans destroyed the Ravens. Offense looked great. Defense looked great. Big win on the road. Are the Texans back? Maybe. That's 2 wins in a row. Huge win versus the Ravens, a momentum builder. We'll see how the Texans do. I'm not sold on the Texans, but coming off 2 humongous wins and 2 authoritative wins, it goes to show they're still in the running. They're still in the running. Ravens, their season's not over yet because they have a super cupcake schedule in November, but they need Lamar back and they need the pieces on defense to lock in. Otherwise, this team is so fucked, and the Steelers are going to win this division somehow, some way. Next game. We have maybe the game of the week, the Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. What an insane game this was. I mean, legacy games from Baker and Darnold, right? Legacy games from Jackson Smith and Jigba and Ibuka. I'll never get it, guys. Ibuka. I can never pronounce this kid's name. This kid's a superstar. By the way, superstar. Wide receiver U is Ohio State. There's no debate about it. You know, there used to be questions, who's wide receiver U? You have LSU and Ohio State. While LSU might have the heavy hitters, right, JJ and Jamar, Ohio State has the more deeper talent. Ibuka, JSN, Olave, Wilson, Marvin Harrison. Yeah. But yeah, this game was just disgusting. I mean, this second half was incredible. Back and forth. They literally were going touchdown for touchdown on each fucking possession. In the end, the story of this game we thought would be who has the ball last wins the game. It seemed like the Seahawks were going to take it, kick a field goal, and walk away. It's not what happened because Sam Darnold threw an interception. Now, I'm not going to sit here and blame Darnold too hard because this wasn't the type of interception that Darnold would usually throw when he shits his pants and sees ghosts. It bounced off the defender's helmet and went a different direction, and it just happened to be Levante David who was standing right there. It wasn't like Darnold made a bad pass or it just bounced off the defender's helmet. That set up the Buccaneers in field goal range. Buccaneers kick a field goal to walk it off. It's sad. It is. I kind of wanted the Seahawks to win this one. I didn't bet this one, but I wanted Seahawks to win. I obviously think Seahawks are going to win their division. I still believe it, but now it's getting tougher because the Niners are kind of pulling away. Rams are hanging in there. And Seahawks in a game like this at home, you should have won. It's tough. But this was a fantastic performance from both Baker and Darnold. Love to see it. Legacy game in the middle of October, or I guess the beginning of October. Who would have thought? You know, Baker and Darnold were once said to be busts. Look at them now. Panthers are crying, thinking they let both of these guys go. Good win for the Buccaneers. They have a superstar in the making with Ibuka, and Seahawks are not far behind. Next game. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Arizona Cardinals. Holy fuck. This game is a circus game. This was a clown show. When they play the highlights of this game, they play the clown music. That's the music they're fucking playing. Because what the fuck was this? Cardinals are up big. I mean, up massive. It's like 6-21, some shit like that. It's looking like the Cardinals are running away. The beginning of the downfall for the Cardinals is when DeMarcado breaks away for a huge touchdown run, or what we thought would be a huge touchdown run. Instead, this moron, complete idiot, drops the ball before he enters into the end zone. Obviously, you guys know the rules. If the ball goes out the end zone without possession, it's a fumble recovered by the defense. That's exactly what happened. He got beat up by Jonathan Gannon on the side. I don't know if you saw. Gannon was not only chewing him out, but I think he gave him like a little punch. That would have been funny as hell if it's true. I don't know if it is, but by the angle you saw, it looked like it did. He punched him. I mean, idiot. It's 2025, man. Why are these morons still doing this? This is the second week in a row, by the way. The Colts kid did it last week too. What are you doing? Just hold the fucking ball. DeMarcado needs to go to the ECPK school of fucking ball handling. That came out fucking bad. Oh my God. Whatever. I'll teach DeMarcado how to handle some balls, if you know what I mean. That's not what I mean. I'm sorry. I can't compose myself. After that, the Cardinals just completely take their foot off the gas and let bullshit happen. But even then, with the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life, Cam Ward throws an interception. The Cardinals defender is running with the ball, fumbles it. The ball goes into the end zone, and it's recovered by the Titans. And the Titans score a touchdown. I'm telling you, this game was just an absolute clown show. In the end, Titans kick a walk-off field goal to win their first game of the year. They're not. I thought they'd be winless with my Jets, but lucky for them, they're not. Great win for the Tennessee Titans. I guess what Cam Ward said did light a fire under their ass. And now the Titans, I'm not saying this was a good win for them. This was an extremely sloppy win. They did not deserve it. And it's more so, this is not a Titans win. This is a Cardinals loss. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As for the Cardinals, they suck. Murray's getting concussions because he's getting balls thrown in his head. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. But even then, that shit does not fucking matter because this is not the first time something like this has happened for the Cardinals. When they played the Panthers earlier this year, they damn near did the same thing where they were up big, took their foot off the gas, and then the Panthers were this close to coming back and winning it. This time, it came back to bite them in the ass, unlike the last time. The Cardinals keep doing this shit. They have a good lead, and they just let it go against shit teams, right? Tennessee Titans are a shit team. Cardinals can't keep doing this. They're not good otherwise. You're going to have to, say how poor they've played here. Horrible performance from Arizona. Horrible performance. Embarrassing loss. Flat out embarrassing. Next game in this clown show of a game. We have the Washington Redskins versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This was my only loss, and this game was so frustrating. Guys, Chargers are up 10-0 here. I'm hype. I'm like, ooh! Chargers are up 10-0. Washington goes, it's 7-10 if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it's 7-10. There is a punt in the back of the end zone for the Washington. Chargers not block it. I'll explain what happens to kind of block it. Ladd McConkey takes the punt back to the house for a touchdown. However, the Chargers actually run into the kicker and they hit him in the plant foot. The rules say, and I'm not questioning the penalty. It was a good penalty. The refs made the right call there, even though it pissed me off because it changed the whole trajectory of the game. 10-point swing. Where they called a roughing the kicker on the Chargers. Washington got the ball, went down and kicked the field goal. So instead of it being 17-7 going into halftime, it was 10-10. Huge momentum swing. From that point, Washington took off running and never looked back. JD looked great. I forget his name, the rookie. His name is Bill. Bill balled out. Fantastic game for Bill. Debo had a fantastic game as well. I mean, Washington just flat out dominated the Chargers that entire second half. Chargers did nothing and got completely outplayed 27-10. Embarrassing loss for the Chargers. Mind you, they were coming off a huge embarrassing loss versus a shitty Giants team. Now they have the chance to recover versus Washington, who's decent, but not great. And they choke at home. Is it time to sit here and say that the Chargers are overrated? I don't think so. But now they have two bad losses. Are we overrating Herbert because he's fucking Madison Beer? Or are the injuries starting to catch up with the Chargers, right? The O-line is severely banged up. There's a lot of pieces. Now they lost Hampton. You lost your star players on your O-line. Hampton is now out. Chargers' run game will not be as efficient as it was. And the pass protection will not be as efficient as it was. Chargers could still win their division. They should be the front runners because the Chiefs lost. I guess Broncos are up there as well. But Chargers may have fallen off already. And the season is like, they started off super hot and now they're done. It is what it is, man. Good win for the Washington Redskins. My boy JD cooking. I obviously expect him to regress. But still, I love JD. Always going to love him. I knew he was going to be a superstar, and I was right. Good win for them. Chargers could have played a little bit harder, but it is what it is. Next game, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Nobody gives a fuck about this game. This is going to be a super fast analysis. I did not end the betting in this game. Whew, thank God. Even though if I did live bet this game, I didn't. But if I did, I would have won because Bengals were down bad and then kind of stormed back. They didn't cover the spread though in the end. Lions covered the 10.5 easily. Lions belt to ass here, even though the score kind of seems closer than it was. Lions offense ran circles around the Bengals defense. Lions defense ran circles around the Bengals offense. This Bengals team is just so beat up. It's so bad. You got to pray, and I mean you got to pray for any quarterback. They just traded for Sleepy Joe Flacco. Will he be better than Jake Browning? Sleepy Joe Flacco can't run like that. He's going to be getting beat up like a motherfucker versus any decent D-line the Bengals go up against. Bengals offensive line sucks. Bengals D-line sucks. I mean, no, not the D-line. Their D-line's okay. The D itself sucks. Jamar Chase has turned into Travis Hunter the way he's getting tackles and all this bullshit. You need to see this guy's stat line. The amount of tackles he has because of Browning's interceptions is insane. I feel bad for Chase. I feel bad for these Bengals team because they were supposed to be good. But nobody gives a fuck about the Bengals. As for the Lions are fully back, man. They're fully back. The offense looks great. The defense looks great. They're back in the front running to win the NFC. It's them, Eagles, Packers. I would say those are the big three. Maybe you can say like Buccaneers as well are in that run, right? A healthy Niners team maybe, Rams maybe, but I would say the big four is going to be Lions, Packers, Eagles, Buccaneers, and Lions are sitting on top of that shit because the defenses look great, offenses look great, Hutchinson is balling out, great win for the Lions. This team is legit. Great team, looking amazing. Now, will they fall short like they have in the past? Potentially. Well, we'll get there when we get there. As of right now, they're cooking. Next, we have Sunday Night Football. The Patriots versus the Bills. Extremely sloppy game. Extremely sloppy. Turnovers galore. So many turnovers. Ramondre Stevenson with a bad fumble. Allen with interceptions that were just piss poor. In the end, the Patriots flat out outplayed the Bills. I'm hype. I had Patriots spread and Patriots covered for your boy. I knew Patriots were going to keep it close. I actually did not think that the Patriots would win this one. I thought Patriots would lose by a field goal. Or, for example, a 27-23 game where Bills score the final touchdown. I'm hype and I'm happy in the end because I don't care if Bills win or lose or Patriots win or lose. I just needed Patriots to cover the spread. That's exactly what happened. Good win for the Patriots. Good win for your boy! I closed out Sunday night with a W. Easy cover. It wasn't even a sweat, really. I'm not going to lie. There was no point in this game I was worried, oh no, the Bills are going to cover. I don't think there was ever a point where the Bills were up by any more than the spread was. So at the whole point of this game, the entire game, the Patriots were covering. So pretty sweat-free bet for me. Good win by the Patriots. Drake May played great. Drake May played very, very good football. And the Patriots D did its thing. To hold down Josh Allen, lock him up like that, it's impressive. Not many people can do it. Again, what does this mean in the long run? Nothing. Unless a major injury happens for the Bills, Bills are still the front runners to win this division. No one's really a threat to them. This is just a tough loss. It is what it is. The Patriots, this is a big win for them in the sense that they still might make the wild card. And they have a solid team, good little defense. Drake May is playing great. So give Patriots the credit they deserve because this could be a spark for them, a big momentum builder, beating a very good Bills team. Hey, God forbid Josh Allen gets injured, something happens, Patriots might be in the running to win this division. We'll see, but great game. I enjoyed this game a lot, even though it wasn't very electric with the scoring. It was a good defensive game. Turnovers galore, a little bit sloppy here and there, but it is what it is. Stephon Diggs was balling out. This man is playing like child support is due. Probably is. And yeah, Cardi B was giving him some good sloppy toppy after that fucking performance. And back-to-back weeks, he's looked fantastic. Good win for the Patriots. Tough loss for the Bills. But don't be demoralized, Bills fans. Y'all still got it. Monday Night Football to wrap things up. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Absolutely horrific loss for the Chiefs. They don't lose games like these. They do not lose games like these. They were up by 14. I could check the stats. I don't think the Chiefs lose games when they're up by 14, especially in the Patrick Mahomes era. It just does not happen. And the Jags were resilient. But that last drive, man, it was what, 24-28. Kareem Hunt scores his second touchdown. It's looking like the Chiefs are going to take over. Now, a shitty kickoff was the reason why the Jaguars had such good field position. But nevertheless, the Chiefs defense just gave up completely. Bad pass interference call. And there were a few questionable calls that could have went against the Chiefs that didn't. It is what it is. But they had a bad pass interference in the end zone versus Brian Thomas Jr. Then it's like first and goal, second and goal, whatever it is. Trevor Lawrence gets stepped on by his old lineman. The man falls down, tries to get up, stumbles, stays on his feet, runs in for the touchdown in one of the most goofiest touchdowns you'll ever see. Bro was running like a baby deer that was just born. But I think the key in that play was Chris Jones. If you did not see it, go back and watch Chris Jones on that play. The man had zero effort, zero fight. He just stood there. If he had a little bit more of a pass rush, they may have got Trevor Lawrence in the backfield. They may have stopped Trevor Lawrence from running into the end zone. Because you have to remember, Trevor Lawrence stumbles and the Chiefs get through and touch him down. They are A, lost like 4 or 5 yards. B, they don't have any timeouts, so the clock is running. Everything changes for the Chiefs. Instead, the Jaguars score an easy touchdown. Chiefs can't do anything. They can't even fucking throw a Hail Mary. Nothing was going for them. And they flat out got outplayed by the Jaguars. Absolutely fantastic win for the Jaguars. Tough loss for the Chiefs, but lucky for them. You know, they're still in it, right? Broncos, Chargers, hanging in there. But they have to win games like this. Blowing 14-0 leads is not acceptable, especially for a Chiefs team that's not like that no more. But in the end, it was a great week of football. Week 5, your boy was hot. Your boy finally made some money. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. Let me know your thoughts down below on this week in the NFL. And stay tuned for more content coming soon.